What's going on, everybody? This is Kitty Bit, and I'm Morello.
And I'm Sashimi.
And our big buddy here is this cute chonker is named Axel, and he is here to join us for this. We are here to unbox the brand new Xenogears Bring Arts action figure, Weltall from Xenogears. This is Fei Fong Wong's trusty, well, I guess I can't use the word trusty with it. He's his gear, and that's what matters. Alright, so we're going to take a look at this awesome box art cover. We got some examples on the back. Hoy kick!
I like the sunset.
The sunset one?
Yeah. So
Oh yeah. He's just contemplating everything. Alright. As far as viewing windows, the Bring Arts have never had that many viewing windows, so you gotta open them up to look at them. Don't you, Faye? So we're going to use our Kitty Katana of Unboxing +1 here. And we are going to crack this bad boy open. So we're going to take a look at him first, see all of his little parts and everything, and all of his big parts. And then we are going to do a little posing with him for some fun. So once you bring him out, you'll have just the instructions on the inside, which display a lot of the parts.
Goodbye, buddy.
Axel's like, you guys are going to need some space for this. So you can see right here, we've got the X from Xenogears in there. The famous X. Just toss that right there. Now, I really love Bring Arts for a whole lot of reasons. Their posability is great. Their accessibility is another great thing. They don't rely on a ton of plastic or a ton of tape.
Tape.
I hate tape.
Oh,
It's my mortal enemy. So, look at him here. We've got Weltall's main frame. We've got several hands here. We've got open grip. We've got the chop grip. Or not a grip if it's chop. We've got the double fingers. We've got 4. Might as well set these out as we go. Did I get the Naruto art in you going? Ninja. Okay, so as you can see here, we have 3. I can't count. We have 4 hands total for each side because of the 2 he's currently wearing.
Fisty style? Yeah.
Yep, he's got plain old grips. Alright.
Oh, excuse me, it's big hands.
Let's go ahead and bring out Weltall himself. So the detail on this one is actually really, really nice. All Bring Arts figures I've seen, while they're not the biggest figure, he's probably standing right around 7-8 inches. They're not the biggest. They are actually really well detailed. Typically, I'm not a big fan of smaller figures, but they have such incredible flexibility.
Branded. Oh, there you go.
Square Enix. Made in China! Ah! Weltall is Chinese? I thought he was German. So we've got tons of points of articulation here. So right here in the armpit, we're going to have a ball joint here that links over to here. So you actually have a full degree of motion, just like a rotator cuff.
Be a little more than a rotator cuff.
Yeah, I mean, last I checked, I couldn't do that number.
Yeah, I can do that.
I've seen people do it though.
I mean,
Some crazy YouTube videos out there. People very talented. Alright, moving on to the elbows. Actually, just above the elbow, they always have this segment here, which is nice, where you can turn the arm that way.
Oh.
You can turn it all the way around.
Nice.
So you can get a huge array of movement that way. And then the elbow is just standard, because he's got this armor here, so it looks like they were probably pretty limited with their options. As far as the hand These are always, as you can see, you can switch them out. It's just a ball joint that fits in, but that gives it a lot of posability. You can pose it all the way around. You can pose it forward, backward.
It's directing traffic. Hello.
He's waving. This is also the hand he would use to pierce your chest and take your heart. You'd have to have a pretty big chest, though, because gears they're quite large. All right, moving on. Speaking of chest, while we're on the topic, we might as well talk about his. So they've got a ball up in here, and it actually shifts. The chest shifts all ways.
Shiftness in all ways.
So, as I just discovered, these are actually removable too. So, as you can see, the chest shifts in segments. We've got our kitty returning to us.
Snacks.
Let's not.
No, buddy.
We've got our thief returning to us. He's gonna try to steal Weltall's thunder as well as his accessories. As far as the neck, the head, you've got an actual neck that adjusts along, it pivots along the chest on the inside. And then at the base of the head, you've got movement. So you can actually get a lot of posability out of that. Moving on down at the hips, I'm going to need to put this armor piece back on.
He's just reminding you.
He's like, don't forget it, or I will get it. Okay, so these actually do move. So that would be so you can move the legs outward, forward and back. Yeah, as far as posability, their designers are awesome. So you've got posability here at the top of the hips, right at the waist. Shake that thing, Weltall. There's nothing. There's nothing. I mean, he's got. What are these? What is that?
It's not buns.
No, it's not. It's too bad. Maybe we can shift these back. He's feeling a little self-conscious now, so he's gonna tuck those back. Add some thickness, however fake it may be. Moving on to the knees. They bend. So here he's gonna have, at the hips here he does have a lot of bending, so he can do some dancing.
Or some frolicking.
There's that too. So we've got there's gonna be a pin here, so that piece is separate with the knee. So you've got the upper leg and lower leg, the calf, separate from the knee. So you've actually got the segment of the kneecap moves separately, which is really cool. Moving on down to the ankle. Pivots both ways. Also pivots backward to a degree, not too much, because you've got these little segments. You can't turn it too awfully much before they impede the movement. I'm already making him do some fun poses here, just by accident. All right, so let's take a look at the spare parts that Weltall comes with. Outside of his array of hands, which, as you can see, are quite attractive to cats.
They seem to like the smell.
We actually have, I love the smell. New plastic, I forgot to mention it when I pulled them out of the box. All right, we've got his thrusters, which look a lot like his wings. Oh.
Wants to grab a lap.
Let's go ahead and get in the lap, buddy. At least there I can keep track of you. So the little balls here will actually be where he throws the thrusters on. Just making sure I had my Weltall anatomy correct, but yes.
Oh, not on backwards.
Well, even if they were, you could still flip them, but as I remember, I was like, yeah, they're upward. So here you go. These are completely movable. They will pop out if you move them. Looks like you got a pretty good degree of movement before they'll actually pop out. Alright, moving on. We have... Oh, that part keeps coming off. I'll attach it later. So we've got his back thrusters here, which were actually his wings. So we do have the cover that comes off a little bit easily. It looked like there were some points of articulation here, but they do not seem to be moving. So we've got these balls that are going to go into the back. So we will go ahead and snap that back on. Bring them around back. And pop it in.
Double wings all the way.
Oh, these things are gorgeous when they're actually fully used. Epic moments in the game. There we go. So now we've got his full array of thrusters.
Oh, he's got extra feet.
Yep, he does have spare feet.
I need those sometimes.
Yeah, you never know when you might just need another set of feet, right? I'm two left feet most of the time, so I'm trying to spot the exact difference between these. These actually feel, so as you can see, you just pop it out here. Look at that, that actually extends. So as I was saying, when it impedes movement earlier, you can actually completely extend the legs up and open his movement, his range of movement up completely. That is really cool. So that way you can actually do a lot more dynamic posing because you've got a much larger range of movement.
Yeah, I guess if you don't have weight on that foot, then you can do that.
Well, when you're dealing with a kung fu robot. So that is the leg here. So we've got our two legs side by side. Now what I've noticed, just by picking them up, the second set is we've got some die-cast metal versus plastic. This one is very light. Feel that?
Cool.
So just pick it up there. You notice how it feels warm to the touch?
Oh, yeah,
See
it's
the
much
weight?
heavier.
Yeah. So these are going to be your feet when you want to just keep him. That's actually a really cool idea. So we've got weighted feet to keep him held down. So if you're wanting some really interesting poses, like if you have the weighted feet, what I would say is use these for if you want to do like dynamic poses where, say, he's got the other foot off the ground. Something like that.
Put the weighted foot on the ground.
The weighted foot on the ground, the less weighted foot is going to be in the air. So, you know, similar if you were going to do like that high kick they showed earlier. So say if he were going to be doing a high kick, then you would want to get him balanced out to where he's properly set up. I'm not going to change his hands and everything since this is just an example, but you would have, say, his very light foot up here. This is the weighted one. And then you would drop that weighted one down there. There we go. So let's see. Holy crap, look at that.
Nice.
No stand or anything. He just stands. Well, it stands. No stand. But look at that. I mean,
he comes with a stand, but he
is a little bit shaky, but that is impressive. I mean, we've got the weighted foot there. We've got the non-weighted foot here. That's really cool. I like how they thought. But I mean, that's one of the reasons I do these videos for Bring Arts, because I love them. They really, it seems like whoever was making them, they have real engineers thinking up the physics and everything for these figures. And it makes them awesome. Alright, so here we've got the stand. Typically, I forgot to get my screwdriver.
Oh, no.
So typically, you get these stands with everything from Bring Arts. They're really similar to Play Arts Kai, if you're familiar with those. So you have a stand that has several hexagonal divots. You've got this arm here. So the arm can go in. You're going to have hinges. These are actually, you can take a small Phillips head and adjust these for tightness. You've got a point of articulation here. You've got this one here, and then you've got one at the top. All of which can be fully adjusted and then tightened down. You can tighten these down, and if you wanted, you could totally make him do a flying kick. It will hold him completely off of the firmament. The hooks are actually really good too. These, you can use a screwdriver to adjust, open and close them. You basically just encompass a part that you want the stand to focus on, and it will hold him. Well, alright, so now that we are at the point where we can start having some fun with posing, we're going to go ahead and start setting that up. But so we don't bore you guys, we're going to set up the poses and then show you each one as we go. So since we are unboxing with cats, we've actually got several of them here for the kitty lovers who dropped in to see the kitties today. Alright, as for Weltall, we have him here with Faye and Ellie in his battle stance. Looks like they're ready to go. For those of you wondering how Weltall and Faye got around their size difference, since Faye can't really ride Weltall anymore, well, they figured it out. Ellie seems a little bit unsure about this, but they seem to know what they're doing. Ellie thought it would be apt to do a little bit of cheering for the boys in noogie time. I'm sure Weltall always wanted to do this to Faye, right? So while I was really stretching them to their limits, that's about the best I could do. While not canon, it should have been.
Do some yoga classes before they can get to that one.
I think everyone knows that this is the ultimate form of yoga. And not yoga. Well, alrighty guys. That's pretty much going to do it for this show of, this unboxing of Weltall from Xenogears. This again is the Bring Art series from Square Enix. Very awesome series. All three of these figures are Bring Arts. Very expressive, very posable. We also did unboxings for Fei Fong Wong as well as Ellie here. So if you guys are interested, we will have the links to that at the end of the video. Oh, and Roxy is here with us. What's up, buddy?
Reluctantly.
Alrighty, guys. Well, we hope this video helped you out as far as whether or not you're thinking about buying Weltall. I think he's actually a really great one. I love the Bring Art set. I'm pretty biased. You get all these parts, and they're crazy posable. So, one thing we do recommend is that you go by your local hobby store and think about grabbing one of these. These things are usually like $3, $4, $5. They're great for all the little odds and end parts. That way you keep track of them. If you're new to the channel, as far as likes and subs, we greatly appreciate them, but you don't feel obligated. That's up to you. What we do ask for around here is that you consider, if it's within your means, consider adopting or rescuing an animal. Buy your fun, not your fam. So adopt, don't shop. If you've got love to show, then if you've got it within your means, you can bring one home, aspca.org, petfinder.com. You can also Google local animal rescue and adoption options. If you can't bring one home due to allergies, living conditions, what have you, then there's other options to show your love. What are some of those?
You can also go volunteer and still spend time with the guys, or you can donate money, old blankets, clothes. They can use all that kind of stuff.
Yep, so if you've got love to give, there's plenty of ways to show it, plenty of ways to give it. And there are plenty of animals out there who could use it. Oh, no! No. I will have to rescue her. But, guys, speaking of love, we love you. And we will see you next time. This is Riello.
And Sashimi.
And this is Stubby, our Ellie Chewer. Bye-bye.